Now it's a fun part. We're going to put in some fixtures. So right now I'm in my first floor view. I'm going to change this to fine. Yours may be fine already. And consistent colors, it's a little bit easier to see than realistic. And then make sure that thin lines is selected so I can see some detailed lines here. And this is my utility room, so I'm going to first put in a washer and dryer. So if we go to architecture and then component, there's a bunch of components that are pre-loaded into here. So I'm going to go, it's alphabetical, I'm going to go to my washer, and it looks like I have a 25 and a 27 inch option. So you can make your choice on that. It also says rotate after placement. I'm going to put this, just set that right here for now, and then show you how to rotate later on. Let's go to dryer. Got a 27 inch dryer. Let those snap together. You're going to need to have a little bit of space behind them. Now if I click on view and then choose the camera, start from inside the room, not outside the room, inside the room, and then go over here and then click a second time. Then I go over to this wheel here. This is going to be really helpful for you for checking out where things are placed. Click it one time. Now click a second time and hold down on look. Now as I'm holding down, I'm pulling the mouse down. I can see that they are backwards, so that's no good. So let's go double click on first floor, and I can leave that camera view there for now if I'd like. So I'm going to click on the washer and then go to rotate, and that's RO. I'm going to remember that for the second one. So click rotate, and it doesn't really matter how I have this line. I want it to be 180 degrees the other direction. So I'm just going to click somewhere and type 180, and there it flipped it. So now I'm going to type RO because that's rotate, and you see it worked on the one I had previously selected. So let me escape that. I'll select this one, type RO, click 180. And they're looking pretty good. I'd rather have them lined up on the back edge. So let me kind of select this dryer. I'm going to use the arrow keys to kind of move it a little bit more where I want it. And then I'm going to use align and align the front edge with the front edge and this edge and that edge so they're touching together. Now that's pretty good for my utility room. If you want to add in shelves or cabinets later on, feel free, but for now let's just get the washer and dryer in there. Now let's get some kitchen cabinets, which are actually called casework. So if I click in the architecture tab again and then component, I'm going to load family, and let me show you how to get to these. So from your desktop, read only, Revit 2015, libraries, you're probably pretty familiar with this, and then Imperial. Casework is the folder that you want to go into. And right now I want base cabinets. You can see there's also countertops, shelving, tall wall cabinets. I'm going to go base cabinets. And I'm going to look for a base cabinet double door sink unit. I want to start with the sink. So I'm going to open that one up. And whoops, looks like it stayed on dryer. That must mean that it's probably in here. So let's go look at the cabinets. Base cabinet. Door sink unit. I may have already preloaded it, so I'm going to put in a 36 inch wide base cabinet, and you can see that it's probably actually at the wrong orientation, so I'm going to click that. This is the front right here, so I need to rotate that, and I need it to go 90, so I'm actually going to use my it won't snap to 90, so I'm going to just type 90 in, and now it rotated. These arrows show that that's the front. So now we have to use the alignment tab. This is why this is going to be really important. That's AL, and I want it to align not to the center line but to the wall face. And I'm going to have it align. Let me zoom in a little bit more from here to there. So it snapped it in place. I think this is a 36 inch window, so I'm going to align this edge. Yep, it says 36 there with that, and now it's nicely aligned. So I made a cabinet the same size as my window because it's awesome. So let's go over to architecture, component, and I'm going to put in a couple more of these. You can also see there's an angled cabinet, which is nice for this corner right here. And wow, that is convenient. It's the exact size. And on this edge, I'm not going to put a, well, yeah, that would be kind of cool. So I'm going to put that one there. No, I can't do that because I need a dishwasher over here. So I'm going to instead on this one put a double door and 2 drawer, and I'm not sure how big to make this. So let's do the dishwasher first. So we're going to choose the dishwasher, because dishwasher should be right next to the kitchen sink. So dishwasher, I'll do a 24 by 24 by 24. Stick that right in here. It didn't quite align, so I'm going to have to align it myself. Align this edge and this edge. Now it looks like that's the front of the dishwasher. Well, that's no good. So if I click it, I click RO, and I'm going to go 90 degrees that way. And now it looks like I have to realign it. So that's AL. Align those. And it remembers to align, so I can just choose those and snap them together. So far this is not really the best kitchen layout because I don't quite have enough space here for another corner cabinet. So I may at this point decide, hey, I want to actually pull this wall down. But watch what happens. Oh, look, it looks like my floor actually snapped with it. I didn't think that would happen, so that's pretty convenient. So now if I wanted to put another cabinet over on this side, I could. Let me just show you one other thing. And we're going to go to component. I don't want to be in the Windows group. And I'm going to go into counter. So counter is not preloaded. It's just counter L-shaped. So I'm going to go load family. And let me go back to countertops. And this one actually has a sink in it. But that's going to be kind of a challenge to get that to be exactly where I want it. So I'm just going to do countertop with sink hole. And I'm going to put that and rotate this 90 degrees. So rotate you 90. Now if I modify it, then I can move it sort of where I want it, which is right there. And then I can pull this in to the edge of my dishwasher. My sink hole is not quite where I want to have it, so let me move that sink hole. And you can see it kind of snaps. So that's the little tab for that. So it's going to be take a little bit of practice. There are some counters that go that angle in there, and you'll find that. Here's one that's a counter L shape. That's an L, so it won't angle in there. So if you want to find those things, you're going to go into load family and then counter shape. There's lots of different options that you can choose for different types of counters. If you can't find one that has this angle, then don't choose that angled cupboard. Don't choose that angled piece like that. So let's take a look at this view, and I'm going to go at this angle. I need to right click and hide that element, and my walls are a little bit tall. Their top constraint should really have been up to the roof level so that I can see a little bit better in what's going on. But I can still kind of see what's happening right here, and that's looking pretty good. I do have an issue though, because my window sill height is at 3 feet. That's cutting into the countertop, so I'm going to change that to 3 feet 6 inches. So these are the kind of modifications that you'll need to make when you're putting in your counters. It takes a little bit of time. I should also have some upper cabinets here, and so once you get your base cabinets, and you can put your upper cabinets in, and that's how you do kitchen cabinets, upper cabinets, and then your washer and dryer.